All right, welcome to the stream. It's uh it's time for some more Call of Cthulhu. I was supposed to start like an hour ago, but I had company over and yada yada yada. They left later than they were originally planning on it. Anyway, it's kind of the perfect time to play a spooky game anyway. So yeah, let's get this on screen. I had a lot of fun with this the other night when we played it. Tuesday night. So we're gonna play some more and continue the mystery that we started this time on Windows 11. I'm not kidding. Since last time we played this game, I've upgraded to Windows 11. I may have just crashed the game. Hold on. Give it a second. I tried to drag the window while it was loading. Oh. Okay, it's good. We're good. Hello, Gear Joe. Welcome to the stream. Uh, so last time on this, we made it to a point where we were locked up in asylum. After we'd been like crushed in a cave collapsing. Chapter 5, Riverside Institute. Pierce and Officer Bradley followed the intruder to the secret meeting place of a cult set in a network of underground caves right under the Hawkins Manor. They witnessed a strange ceremony led by a Charles Hawkins, very much alive. Bradley tried to arrest him, but Hawkins, whose body displayed various mutations, disemboweled the police officer. As he tried to escape from him, Pierce found himself prisoner of a rockfall. Rushed to the Riverside Institute, he is in a critical state. Okay, we saw this cutscene last time, but I'll let it replay. It'll be our little recap.
He's having a seizure.
He will survive. Strong subject. There, he's opening his eyes.
You saved him, Fuller. I can't get up.
Don't move, Pierce. You can certainly say that you gave us a scare.
What did you do to me? Undo these straps!
Whoa, go easy, my friend.
You were dead. He killed you.
Are you sure he's better?
He was dead. Me too, we were dead! What are you doing?
I'm sorry, my friend.
What? No!
Yep. Actually, I don't even think it's the 30s yet. I think it's still the 20s.
What happened to me? Where am I?
Okay, that's a little loud. I gotta turn it down just a little bit, I think. Yeah, so we left off in a rubber room, basically. A padded cell. So let me check my journal real quick.
I can't leave
I can't, never mind. There's my piss pot.
If I go out, he'll see me. No! You're leaving this cell. Please. I don't want him to find me.
It's like Outlast all over again. Except probably not as scary. Oh, that's good gas, probably. Is that the funny haha gas? If you weren't crazy before you got here, you're definitely going to end up crazy if you stay here long enough. Now where am I? They didn't have me like secured to the bed? I guess I'm going always I guess I'm going outside. This game is not as scary as Outlast.
Pursued me right into their dreams. They scrawled all over their maps in the wake of my lonely wanderings.
This game is basically just a slightly spooky detective game.
No sea is dark enough to hide the color of my blood. No wind strong enough to scatter my dreams.
Darkest Dungeon 2 is out? I never beat the first game. It was a bit too challenging for me.
When the last of them rises up, you will choose. I will not be here to bear witness to it, because you will have released me. But the earth will resound to your cries, or theirs. Awaken and free me.
I don't know if that's a good idea. Something tells me that's not a good idea.
You there. Wake up. Come on, stand up. We don't have much time.
Who's this chick?
Can you stand up?
Who are you?
A friend of Ethan Bradley. It was he who told me that you had been interned here.
Wait. Bradley is really alive? I don't understand. You filled me so full of drugs I can't distinguish dream from reality.
Please believe that I have nothing to do with these disgraceful treatments. Look, I don't have time to explain everything. I'm not really supposed to be here. And the same goes for you, according to Ethan. You must leave as soon as possible, and as unobtrusively as possible. I've brought you your clothes. Let me go ahead. We'll meet upstairs.
Wait a minute.
What do they do to patients here?
What's going on here? What do they do to the patients to make them so terrified?
I would really like to know. I only see them when they are brought up for medical treatment, for problems they didn't have before going downstairs. But this is neither the time nor the place to talk about that. We must not stay here. There are 2 men standing guard near the stairs. It's the only way to the floor above. I shall try to distract them, and get at least one to come with me. All you need to do is to follow me as soon as the way is free.
Understood.
That guy down there sounds like he's having a party. Oh, that looks like a fun room. Put me in that room.
What does this mean? Why the strange symbol repeated over and over? This is no medicine.
No, it definitely isn't.
Sarah,
Who's Sarah?
am I in an asylum?
What? He didn't know he was in an asylum? Of course, yeah, obviously you're in an asylum, dude.
Sarah Hawkins is on this list of authorized visitors.
He'll come for you.
What did he write about the painting?
The paintings are cursed.
If I don't get out of here, I'll end up like him.
So my character's inner monologue is a little loud, but all the other dialogue is kind of quiet. So I'm just going to keep it like right around here.
I would like to say that I'm surprised to see you, but we all know that your curiosity will be your ruin.
I don't understand. These people need care. You keep them in this terrible place as if...
Go back upstairs where your patients are waiting for you to treat them. As for you, gentlemen, do not disappoint me anymore. No one enters or leaves.
Yes, Doctor.
Time to break out of the asylum. Stealth and detection. When an enemy suspects...
I'll have to find a way of getting rid of those two myself.
I didn't get to read the hint because my character wanted to talk over me. Anyway, it just basically said, be Solid Snake.
I know.
Oh cool, it really has become Outlast.
The machine is working again, but the control wheels haven't been put back on.
I was just going to the storage room. I can bring them to you.
No, Dr. Fuller doesn't want us touching the pressure valve.
I wasn't expecting the game to go full stealth mode on me.
Sleeping pills left. Out again upstairs.
Good God. What could this machine be used for?
Medical record of Francis Sanders. According to his record, the patient seems to be suffering from psychosis. He gouged his own eyes out in an attack of delirium. That's nice. Maybe it's because you treated him like an animal.
This machine seems to consume a great deal of electricity.
Ooh, maybe I could use it to knock the lights out. For a second, I thought this dude's dick was out, and I was about to be like, oh, well, that's a cock. But he's got his undies on.
The corpse is complete. Whose are these limbs?
What are we, Frankensteining people back here?
Is there a connection between this corpse and the machine?
These damn devil machines.
It's an ammeter. I didn't expect to see one on this little rock.
This is a really big area to sneak around. So we have to create a diversion and then escape. I do like the
Zoology, esotericism, mineralogy, and a full shelf on cephalopods.
I do like the whole stealth thing.
Sarah Hawkins. She was a patient here.
Changes up the pacing. Sarah Hawkins was interned at Riverside for fits of insanity a while before her death. She wasn't at her first attempt with the fire at the mansion.
Dementia? Self-inflicted wounds?
A document attesting to the fact that Irene Sanders, wife of Francis Sanders, had her husband interned after he had shown grave signs of madness.
Anatomy, anthropology, nothing surprising.
Okay, I think this room is cleared. There's a lot of spots to hide. I hope I don't start getting pursued by crazy doctors. Speak of the fucking devil. Okay, I'm gonna assume I should turn this on.
Have I activated anything?
I should probably follow all of these cables and turn all of these power boxes on. I'm going to assume that's what I should do. Da, 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 da.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, not 6. 4, 5.
Cool cell.
I bet there's no longer any priests on Darkwater.
I found this rosary in one of the cells in the cellars of the Riverside Institute. Its representation of the Virgin looks like nothing I have ever seen. Where's your God now?
What is welling up inside me? I feel it in my hands. He roars and swells and has
I almost just got caught.
emotions. Its waves rise and crash, leaving behind them only a trail of white, nourishing foam. He is my master.
I'm gonna watch for his lantern light.
Yes, 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 yes.
That cable goes into that room there. There's a guard right there. Kinda in my way. I need a gun.
You. Yeah, you there. Come here.
What do you want?
Sleep. That's all.
Sleep? You don't want to leave?
No. Have you seen the storm that's brewing? I'm fine here. Except for one problem.
You want sleeping pills, right?
Yeah. And in exchange, I can make noise. Lots of noise.
You'll draw the guards to your cell to allow me to escape.
So, you in? Find something to make me sleep, and I'll take care of the guards for you.
I'll find you some pills.
Go look in the storage room. There must be sleeping pills there.
Hell yeah, dude. I get you some pills. What do you want? You want some opiates?
If I walk, I do not stop. If I do not stop, he does not catch me. If does not catch me, I do not sleep. It calls me. If I walk, I do not stop.
Thankfully, the guards have very, like, small patrol routes.
I sleep. If I sleep, am I dead?
This isn't the storage room. Where would the storage room be? Also, there's 3 cords coming out of here. I've got one of them on. There's a guard in the way of another. And this one goes back this way. Let's see if the storage room is this way. That's administration. Block A, exit. Check this room out.
It's locked.
Oh, great. So now I'm looking for a key and sleeping pills. Note to staff, last week's incident caused significant damage to the infrastructure, putting a stop to current experiments. This is unacceptable. From now on, the wheels to operate the gas stopcocks must be kept in the storage room after each use. Moreover, you must keep the register of use up to date. Dr. Fuller. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, so we're gonna need to look for some wheels. In what room? I have to check my journal. Hold on. Oh, let me reread this. It's not in my journal anywhere. Whatever, we'll figure it out.
The green gas leaves from here, and it runs through the whole building.
Okay, so we can shut that off in here somewhere. Hell yeah.
Perfect.
I'm a master lockpicker.
It's done. Now for the others.
Is this the storeroom, perhaps?
It's locked.
I mean, it's a storeroom of sorts. I doubt they keep sleeping pills in here. Ooh, I don't like my... Does my character have claustrophobia, perhaps? Because he's not having much fun in here. There we go. That takes care of that.
This lever must turn on the gas machine. The control wheel is missing.
So we can turn on the gas machine.
This valve controls the pressure.
I'm just gonna play with everything. I've repaired your machine as best I can. However, the piping has been damaged, and I fear that gas is escaping. Cannot do any more in such a short time. All I can do is warn you: if the equipment is put under too much pressure, there's a risk of explosion. Ooh. Let's blow it up. Maybe that's not a good idea on second thought, but you know what? We've come this far.
The control wheel is missing.
So we need 2 control wheels. Or 1, if we can use it in both spots. Aha, here's the storage room.
Perfect.
Oh good, there's a dumbass in here.
With these chains on your wrist, you can't escape.
There's also an item in here somewhere. Alright, let's stay out of there for a second and wait for that asshole to go through. I'm not seeing any goddamn items. Okay, where's the items in there?
I could use this control wheel to turn the valve I saw.
Yeah, I got the control wheel. Where's the goddamn sleeping pills? Or is this the wrong storage room? I do not want to get seen. Alright, you know what? Let's just go do this for now.
Now for the next step.
Ugh, so I'm looking for one more wheel. God damn it. Alright, let's see if we can find another wheel. There's another wheel, though. I doubt it's in here. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait for him to come in here, go across the bookshelf, sneak through the door and into the other storage room. Hopefully there's somewhere in there to hide.
Where do they keep their sleeping pills? Scopolamine, morphine, opium? Nothing but common drugs.
Let's see where his patrol route is in here. Ooh, it's all the way the fuck around. Okay, that's nice. Sleeping pills.
My new friend's sleeping pills.
New history of medicine. Alright, here's what we'll do. We'll wait for him to come in here again. And then we'll get the hell out of here. Alright, that was terrifically fun. I'm so happy that we got to do all that. Let's go give this dude his sleeping pills.
I've got what you want.
Show me!
There. And remember, they don't come for free.
Don't you worry, you'll have your diversion. Go on now, go hide yourself. The crows! They're everywhere! Make them go away!
Alright, hopefully this diversion lasts a while. Alright,
What carnage.
so far so good. Okay. Alright, this is a cool room, isn't it? Yeah, that's nice.
Theoretically, I've only got one lever to push.
Who knows what's gonna happen when we push it? Okay, that's the kitchen there. I got the other wheel. Let's get the hell out of here. I am ready to get out of this place. So what happens if I activate this?
This is madness. Are they seriously thinking of transmitting the properties of this meat by electric current? Worse and worse.
Yeah.
What's the connection between this meat and the electrical installation?
I don't know if we should activate this.
All the levers are activated.
Here goes nothing.
What will happen if I increase the current to the limit? That should draw the attention of the guards. I should hide.
Damn it. Is there somebody? Let Fuller know. You bet he'll blame us.
Okay, guys, get in here so I can get out. Ooh, I didn't like how close that was. That might have been safer than blowing up the thing.
Doctor, is that you?
Don't you worry about the doctor. Right now, he'll have plenty to keep him busy with his precious machine. It gives us time to get away. I'll undo you.
Get away? Get away where? I can't go anywhere. It'll find me like it found me here. You're mistaken about the beast. Don't stay with me, or you'll end up the same way.
Oh, this is the guy that clawed his own eyes out.
What is the exact nature of the beast you're running away from?
You've got instinct, a sensitivity for the invisible. It puts you in danger. The creature that is pursuing me is not from our world.
After what I've seen so far on this island, I'm ready to believe you.
Don't do that! Do not believe, or you'll end up like us all.
What happened to you, Sanders?
The real culprit is Sarah. Her and her accursed paintings.
You're kidding me. You're talking about Sarah Hawkins.
The one and only. The legendary. There is no artist more enlightened or cursed than Sarah Hawkins.
In her office, I saw signs of a ritual, perhaps an invocation. These things, that's what makes you say she's cursed.
You're wrong. It was not an invocation, but a revocation. But she failed. And that's what counts.
What's going on this island?
I'm so sorry. We should never have met.
What are you talking about?
Destiny! It has trapped you. No, don't let it see you, or you won't be able to escape it. Don't look at it. That's how it finds you.
What finds me?
Sarah Hawkins' visitor. The Shambler.
Sanders, pull yourself together.
Without her, it's no longer possible to save me.
Hey, Evil. How's it going?
No!
Sanders!
I'm doing good.
What the hell?
Just witnessing some horrors.
Oh God. I gotta. This is insane. What killed him?
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad I breathed that in. Maybe I should have blown up the big green gas generator.
Damn! The gas!
Gas.
Oh. My head.
Later. We need to move on.
Hey, Bradley's back. Chapter 6, Hawkins' Mansion. Pierce woke up in an asylum installed in the cellars of the Riverside Institute. He met Dr. Colden, a female friend of Bradley, who helped him to escape. Wandering through the corridors of this place where Dr. Fuller reigned supreme, Pierce was able to talk to a man called Francis Sanders before dying in full view of the detective. He accused Sarah Hawkins of being the cause of his torments. Pierce finally left the accursed building, accompanied by Bradley and Colden. The companions in misfortune decide to use the Hawkins mansion as a hideout. I thought Bradley was dead. He got his guts ripped out.
Who goes there?
I'm really not a fan of squid eyes.
That nightmare again. I need a drink.
So now we're staying in this creepy old mansion, except it's not so creepy at the moment. Yeah, let me just sleep across from the skull.
No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
Alright, dude.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
I saw people in hoods. They had stolen Mrs. Hawkins' paintings.
Who are you talking about? Why would they do such a thing?
I don't know, but they were a threat. They've taken over the caves under the mansion. They were performing some kind of ritual. One of the entryways was under Charles Hawkins' office.
We suspect Mr. Hawkins of being involved.
My patients believe the old islanders used to worship primitive sea gods. Could they be the focus of the cult?
Am I hearing this right?
Someone did deface Brendan's statue.
Delinquents. Hoodlums. You got nothing more solid than that?
I have flashbacks. They haunt me.
What did they do to you?
There was that Dr. Fuller and a nurse. Blood everywhere. My legs, the pain, I couldn't bear it. I was screaming. They injected me with something. I woke up at the Institute. Bradley was there.
And how you scared us. You seemed demented.
You likely woke up during the anesthesia. No wonder those memories haunt you. What in God's name were they doing to you?
What happened afterwards?
When I woke up the second time, I was in a padded cell. That's where you found me, Doctor. After you released me, I got a good look at what's in store for the patients of the Riverside Institute. Hallucinogenic gas pumped into the cells. An infernal machine. Horrific medical experiments.
Impossible. Dr. Fuller would never do such a thing.
You should believe it, Ethan. What Mr. Pierce saw is precisely what I've been trying to prove. Did you discover anything else?
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
I'm gonna just tell him the truth.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to go to his wife's house and be like, hey, your husband gouged his eyes out and then got killed by a ghost.
You're right. Without a plausible explanation for what I saw, let's not jump to conclusions.
That seems wise indeed.
Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, I don't really want to go back there anytime soon.
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island.
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
So Officer Bradley and I both died, and yet somehow we're both still alive. You know what, this time, I'm not going to have a drink. I think after what I've been through, I've had enough alcohol and drugs. It's definitely creepy. Okay, I guess... I don't think there's really anything to look at around here. This building is a lot less creepy during the day. I don't really want to go through there. Although I don't think it mattered, they both probably would have just taken me to the loading screen. Chapter 6, Sanders' Residence. Pierce, Colden, and Bradley decided to team up to solve the Sarah Hawkins case. They have a new trail to follow. Francis Sanders, an art collector and friend of the painter, who died right in front of Pierce. The detective goes to his house in order to speak to his widow about the shambler that the unfortunate man mentioned before he died.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here.
Hello, Cat.
You know each other. We met briefly. Time enough to iron out a few matters. The main thing is that we understood one another. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
Okay.
May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
Well, we're not going with that one.
I expected to find you more grief-stricken than this by the death of your husband.
I do not like the tone of your allusion, sir. I had long months to weep every tear in my body, and to accept, if not my fate, at least that of my husband. And so I'm sorry to disappoint you if you're expecting more hysteria and grieving widow in my voice. Rest assured, however, my anger is real. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
I don't think I mentioned that it happened right in front of me.
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do with it. I was injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Injured? Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective. Not everybody enjoyed such a prompt recovery.
I suppose Fuller does do miracles now and again.
Luck is obviously very kind to you. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Now I'm going to be extremely direct. Actually, wait, first.
May I ask you what Miss Baker is doing here? How do you know her?
My business with Miss Baker is private, Mr. Pierce.
But you do know what kind of business Miss Baker is in, don't you?
I am no fool. Please believe that much, at least.
I deduce that your husband already mentioned this dimensional shambler.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
I don't know, I think I would have gotten rid of that painting as soon as it started driving my husband crazy. Mind if I play your piano? I wish I could use more keys. The second volume in this series covers everything from gas gangrene to trench nephritis. In addition to a precise and detailed study, the book represents some avant-garde theories. The incredible complexity of this book reserves it for medical experts. The first note on this piano, or the lowest note, sounds like you're getting ready to play the Moonlight Sonata.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Audio recording that Francis Sanders left for his wife. I don't know if I want to listen to that. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Which door's the front door? Is it this one? I'm gonna assume it's this one because the coat rack is right there. I hope I don't have to hide in this thing. Oh yeah, let's play that right here.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes. I can't take any more. I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
Accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah.
He played something on the piano. Is there more to this piano than just fun? Kinda sounded like that. Or maybe something like this.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear.
I just want to hear it one more time.
Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes.
Starts with the lowest note. Yeah, it was something like that. I don't know if that's significant at all. Okay, I mean, I figured. But I've had to do puzzles in games before, horror games before, where I had to, like, listen to a song and then replay it. Dissertation on an anatomical question. Is it the work of a student in book form? Although the observations are relevant, they lack the expertise of an experienced physician. However, the questions asked allow us to imagine new ways of exploring human anatomy. I don't know if I want to read the book or not read the book. I'll read the book. Oh, good. Malus Bestiarium, Volume 2. It is a kind of encyclopedia of monstrous and unknown creatures. I'm beginning to believe that they exist. Maybe that's not a good thing. Don't believe. You don't have to believe. Kat, you got some psycho in your eyes, I think.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
Well, I'm sorry I'm a bad dancer, lady.
I'm not here to cause trouble, if that's what's worrying you.
Worry me? Don't overestimate yourself. If the last beating wasn't enough for you, I can always give it another go. But as long as you keep out of my way, you're free to carry on with your visit.
There's more than that, Miss Baker.
So people have been talking behind my back. I was almost beginning to like you, Mr. Pierce. But it stays Cat for you.
You knew the Sanders?
Irene is a friend of mine.
How close of a friend?
All's fair in love and war, I suppose?
But could you hang out in this room while I look at the Shambler? I don't want to be in here alone. Key to the Sanders Gallery.
An old diary.
Diary of the Pastor's Wife, Volume 3. This volume spends some time on Reverend Wickwood's community. His wife expresses her worries about the strange dreams that the Reverend's congregation are having since their arrival on the island. Some members of the community, her husband included, began to speak of their vision as a messenger sent by God. She is scared that they will suffer the same fate as the lost tribe. Okay, let's have a thorough look around this room, shall
I
we?
could use one of those.
Found these sleeping pills in the Sanders house. Were they prescribed to Francis Sanders or to Irene? Why not both?
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
Dear Francis, I beg you to give up all hope of ever owning this accursed painting. If our friendship has any meaning for you, please spare me the weight of guilt. I cannot be the architect of your fall. I beg you, my dear friend, forget the Shambler. Your friend, Sarah Hawkins. There's sleeping pills. I mean, who wasn't addicted to some sort of pills back then, right? The Whale and the Cod. A Brief History of Darkwater Island by Erwin Greenmouth. It is focused on the past glory of the island.
A strange Amerindian pendant.
An ancient amulet, probably Amerindian. I wonder what its purpose could be. Can I bother Cat some more?
Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder.
Well, I'm gonna take sweetheart as a compliment. Here's the accursed gallery. God, why is everyone like live in a mansion in this town?
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Yeah, I like that suspicious knife in the center there. Oh, that's nice. Second hiding spot. I fucking don't like that there's hiding spots.
The public entrance to the gallery. The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Can we just burn this whole building down and call it a day? The guy wanted us to. Someone to. Things are about to get real creepy, aren't they?
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
Look, it's a sarcophagus. No, it's not. Oh, this is the scariest part of the game for you. Well, that's great. I'm happy to hear that. That also means that once we're through this part, the game shouldn't be scary anymore. I'm gonna look at the Shambler last. I almost bought a statue of Cthulhu today. Alright. What a cool painting. I wonder why this guy wanted this painting so bad.
Is this dagger part of Sanders' collection, or was he seeking to acquire it?
Far from possessing the talents of Sarah Hawkins, Sanders drew a dagger with a tortured form down to the smallest detail. The guard carries a strange esoteric symbol, a recurring feature of his correspondence with Sarah. Alright. Here's the goddamn Shambler. Nice teeth. Let's see what you got, game. I kind of like his design.
What the hell was that?
Okay, let's level up real quick. Because I got 15 unspent points. There, I maxed out investigation. Alright. Oh yeah. That's great. So what is my objective? Find the dagger. He looks like an angel who's had his wings ripped off.
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
That's not the right dagger. Put it down, dude. Stab him. Okay, well, it's an insta-kill if he catches you. Alright, hold on. I need to get a better look at the picture of the dagger. Do I have to level up again? Okay, hold on. Let me redo this. Okay. No, hold on. Clues. Spiral. Two blades spiraling. I should have found the dagger ahead of time so that I would know right where to go. That was a bit of an oversight on my part, if I'm being honest. So, say I find the dagger, right? I then proceed to do what with it? Stab the monster? Go to the painting? Stab the painting? Okay, I won't engage the monster. I don't even have the... Fuck. I think the monster saw me. I wanted to fight the monster man mano a mano. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Knife, knife, knife. Knife.
This dagger
Run.
looks different.
Run, 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 run. Do the thing. Ooh. Yeah, you like that? Cut his arm off. Yeah, get Luigi's mansioned.
What's the matter with you?
The evil got into my hand. I had to cut it off.
You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Sanders was right. This painting is cursed.
What are you talking about?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about?
I'm starting
Think
to...
yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
I'm not going to pick this option because she's definitely not giving this to me for free.
The creature. This dagger was the only weapon capable of pushing it back. If Hawkins was trying to get rid of this shambler, she might have made contact with Drake. This antique dealer has a good knowledge of the occult. I have nothing to lose by meeting him.
You've got your spunk back. Go where you want. I'm staying here to talk business with Irene.
Kat is just a tsundere. That's the second time she's saved us and then been like, nah, dude, I hate you. Chapter 7, The Nameless Bookstore. The Shambler turned out to be much more than an artwork painted by Sarah Hawkins, as a huge creature came out of the painting to attack Pierce. After a hard fight, the detective managed to send it back into the painting. He later discovered that the dagger he used to repel the creature had been sold to Sanders by a man named Algernon Drake, owner of the nameless bookstore. Pierce decides to pay the library a visit. I feel like Kat is as nice to us as she's able to be.
Where's the bookseller?
He's dead.
An old diary.
Diary of the Pastor's Wife, Volume 4. The pastor declared himself to be the prophet. He renounced God and worshipped a strange pagan entity with a monstrous appearance. His wife tried to reason with her husband, but in vain. He was convinced that he must listen to this voice in his head because it holds the truth. You think she was written poorly? I mean, yeah, kinda. History of Darkwater, Volume 4. In the 19th century, as the American whaling industry reached its peak in the rest of the world, whales gradually disappeared from the waters surrounding Darkwater. This phenomena appears even more mysterious because up till then, the region was a favored refuge for cetaceans. In 1847, after months of pursuit, Scylla returns to port with a gigantic creature on board. Its crew asserts that the sea monster had eaten all the disappeared whales. After a night of ferocious combat, the survivors managed to drag the beast onto the whaling ship. I don't really mind her character so much so far, but I mean, maybe she'll bother me by the end of the game.
The interpretation of dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
I'll give my final thoughts at the end of the game. This practical work, written by Sigmund Freud for psychologists, describes the techniques of analytical interpretations of dreams. The analysis must follow several rules, especially that of free association, a principle announced by Freud at the end of the 19th century. It treats dreams as a way of revealing buried desires. I cannot believe that this theory is applicable to my nightmares. Sigmund Freud was tasked... Here's a little Sigmund Freud trivia for you. He was once tasked with finding the genitalia of eels. And out of hundreds of eels, he could not find the genitalia on any of them. History of Darkwater, Volume 2. A Puritan colony, led by Reverend John Wickwood, settled on the island during the 17th century. They named the island Darkwater because of the dark shades of the sea. They believed it was because of the peculiar color of the rocks surrounding the island. They erected the first buildings, among which were the Hawkins Manor, the church, and the cemetery. The rare documents and handwritten notes they left spoke of nightmares and deviant behaviors they discovered at the beginning of the 18th century. Or they disappeared. I'm good at reading tonight. Yo, nice skeleton. Handbook on Anatomy and Dissection, Book 2, as precise and illustrated with as much detail as the first volume. This book focuses on healing surgeries specific to malformations and motor disorders. Would you read the book? Read the book.
What does this strange book contain?
Just read it.
This book contains unholy knowledge.
Look, it's the thing. Malus Bestiarium. This collection catalogs and classifies creatures that I had never heard of. Divinities from the stars, creatures capable of traveling from one dimension to another. It presents itself as the reference work on the bestiary of the myth, without giving details on the mythology to which it refers. Its pages are covered with phantasmagorical illustrations. Breviary of Medicine, Tome 3. Even a few years back, it was possible for a single practitioner to know all the medical knowledge of his time. This book, which concludes the series, shows that this is now virtually impossible. About 10 renowned doctors took part in putting together this collection. Man, imagine a time period when one man could know all there was to know about medicine.
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers placed truth on the same footing as a religion.
These Tibetan writings are the origin of the esoteric movement founded by Helena Blavatsky at the end of the 19th century. The creator of Theosophy would have drawn extensively on the texts of this work, but no one has ever been able to consult them. I thought they didn't exist. This book, discovered in the nameless bookstore on Darkwater, could be as much a fake as irrefutable proof of Blavatsky's sincerity. This is the reading chapter. Not that I mind. I appreciate it. It's like a good little break after the shit we just went through.
What happened here?
Naked ladies.
Let's start over.
That asylum chapter was pretty fun.
Where did they break in from?
I liked sneaking around.
Blood. Seems like amateur work.
Yeah, come on, dude. Use a rock or something. Don't just punch it with your fist.
Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably. This burglar seems to be rather clumsy. What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work? What killed all these animals? What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene?
Someone who doesn't care? Yo, we're in the Matrix.
What the... Charles Hawkins?
He got, like, blown back.
Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins. Where did I see it?
Alright, let's carve that symbol onto our chest and hands. The palms of our hands.
What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe.
The Necronomicon.
Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case. Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
Alright, here goes. A page seems to be hidden here. It is possible to read. If somebody finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in this plane of reality, in order that they be recovered and burned. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother, if she is still of this world. The following message is of capital importance. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates acuity as sharp as mine can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues to the combination are to be found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of the imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, or should I say a genius, wouldn't want to get those two confused, was to match my intellect and find the combination of the safe, I would ask that they deliver its contents into the safekeeping of my friend and colleague, Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University. The content of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger that this represents, and that you will act accordingly. In any event, I will neither be there to guide you, nor to suffer from your actions. Handbook on Anatomy and Dissection, Book 1. The least that can be said about this book is that its title is well conceived. The illustrations of human anatomy and dissection methods presented are illustrated in great detail. You have to have a strong heart, or the detachment proper to doctors to consult its pages.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
I found these sleeping pills in the bookshop. Does the bookseller suffer from insomnia?
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
If you aren't doing sleeping pills, you aren't hip on this island. This key that bears the Elder Sign is the only one able to protect your psyche. It is in the form of a cylindrical medallion, hanging at the end of a heavy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star and the branch whose purpose is to push back the forces of the great old ones were engraved at its center. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from its last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. Impress cuttings that mention the misdemeanor. The date of the robbery coincides with the last of Hawkins' trips to Cairo. It remains to be seen whether he knows of the true purpose of the artifact. Try to find it. Alright, so we got three numbers here. It's a 3-number safe. $420.
Arkham editions. Never heard of him.
Arkham Anthology Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors. Collection of poems by Edward Pickman Derby, also known as The Nightmare Lyrics. This collection of poems was sensationally received when first published in 1908. Derby was only 18 years old. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises and works on esotericism and the supernatural.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
The Key of Solomon. A book of spells, supposedly written by the legendary King Solomon. It contains various rituals of invocation and rituals of curse. Reedition by Claudia D. Waits, based on L.W. D. Lawrence's original. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises and works on esotericism and the supernatural.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Arkham Anthology, Volume 8, Massa di Requiem per Shugay. Opera in 8 acts by Benvenuto Chieti. Brodehera, an infamous lyrical work published in Italy in 1768. I'm not going to read Italian very well. It is said that the opera was performed only once, resulting in an audience riot that left several dead and missing.
Arkham editions. Never heard of him.
6. The Prophecies, a collection of long-term astrological predictions written in verse, written by Nostradamus, translated by E. Leon and Theophilus Widebridge. I know about Nostradamus.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Isis Unveiled, a book of esoteric philosophy and a key text in Madame Blavatsky's Theosophical Movement, written by Helena Petrovna Blavatsky.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Corpus Hermeticum, written by Hermes Trismegistus, translated and edited by Nathaniel M. Copulus. This collection of texts on different beliefs was written by a legendary philosopher. It includes a translation of the Emerald Tablet, a popular text among 16th century alchemists.
Arkham Editions.
Aurea Linda,
Never heard of him.
an ancient Frisian manuscript translated by William R. Sandbach. The text claims that in the distant past, Europe and other countries were controlled by the mothers of this people, and moreover, that our alphabet is derived from them, the Frisian language.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Volume 3, Things That Should Not Be, a collection of essays on American folklore and urban legends written by Albert Wilmarth, professor at Miskatonic University. So these are going to be the numbers for the safe. Okay, so what am I looking for here? Three cylinders. Okay.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Okay, well that's 2 and 3. There's one more somewhere.
Things are not looking good.
Oh wait, they were all right there.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Chessboard.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them. And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
I think he was quoting Indiana Jones in that first one.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
This goblet seems to be very ancient. Seems to be made of gold and decorated with real precious stones. Do the rubies and sapphires make up a specific motif? I don't know. Should I count them? Why don't I just sell them to the dude in Resident Evil 4?
The Queen has little protection.
Yeah. In fact, all of those gems were like cut very like precisely. So I'm working with numbers 0 through 9 on all of these.
Drake talked about a particular volume.
Yeah.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about. What did Drake say about this collection?
Hold on. No. Oh, what's happening? New Windows 11 feature I'm not aware of. Alright. I accidentally, like, resized the window. He was talking about volume 9.
Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake... What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular
9.
volume.
Collection of poems by Edward Dickman Derby. Pickman. What the hell is wrong with my reading tonight?
The Chalice of Knowledge.
So, there must be something on here I have to count in order to get a number, right? Okay, hold on. I have a question. Is it color-coded? Is there a certain color going on here that I need to pay attention to? Because if that is the case, I am colorblind. I'm colorblind. Am I looking for red? Is that the color I'm looking for?
The Chalice of Knowledge.
Because almost all of them are red. Is this one red? And this one is not red. Well, I can count them based on shape if I know which ones... And this one is not red, because this is like blue. So if this is the only shape that is red, then I'll just count these ones. I'll start with the one with cracks on it so I know when I've come around. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Yeah, I always need a little bit of assistance with any color puzzles. Did I miscount? Oh, wait, you're referencing the count. Okay, now we just have to figure out that last number. It was 9. Yo! See you. Chapter 8, Riverside Institute. In the nameless bookstore, Pierce traced the trail of an attempted burglary. He discovered that Charles Hawkins was behind the attempt. Pierce opened the bookseller's safe to find what the letter and Sarah Hawkins had hidden there. A book covered in human skin lied inside, irresistibly attracted to the detective when he opened it. His mind was projected into another body. Oh, cool. I hate when that happens.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do.
I'm a woman.
Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Oh, now I'm a doctor lady.
Did you inject him with a tranquilizer?
No, Doctor. Not me, not anyone. Our stock is empty, yet again.
Again? But there was enough for the whole island.
More and more people are suffering from insomnia. We can't refuse to help.
Of course.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
All right, I just want to throw this out there. This will be the last chapter for tonight, just because it's getting late. I know it hasn't been a super long stream today, but yeah, we'll do this chapter and then I'll call it for tonight. I don't want to call Dr. Fuller. He's like weird.
What can you tell me about him?
He was highly agitated an hour ago. We were about to tie him down when he fell asleep. 10 minutes ago, he curled up into a fetal position. I thought he was waking up, but no.
I don't recognize him. Did he just arrive on the island?
He said he worked on the docks, but not with Captain Fitzroy. I think he works for Ms. Baker.
Who?
You know, the woman at the head of their gang. They call her Cat.
Oh, I see.
Do you have other questions?
Tell me about his symptoms.
What are his symptoms?
His temperature has been going down, his skin losing its color, his body rigid. I closed his eyes myself. They were glassing over. I didn't want them to dry out, and I couldn't bear to look at the expression on his face.
You did well. Don't worry. Let's stay professional, if you will.
Just spit in his eyes. That'll keep him moist.
Show me his file.
That's not possible.
Don't tell me Dr. Fuller has taken this file as well. We need it.
That's why I called you. This man's ailment has been hidden from us.
Come on now. What was he treated for?
An intoxication, I was told. After inhaling chemicals.
He was huffing glue. All right. Well,
that'll do for the time being.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
I'm going to have to treat it the only way I know how to. Get me an ice pick.
Dr. Fuller, please.
No, don't.
I know what you fear, but this man is dying.
Marie, I'm begging you. He'll hold me accountable if you bother him. Perhaps you could examine him yourself first. I'll do my best to assist.
Okay, well, I didn't even mean to click that one, so...
Very well. I'll examine him. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
He's got a parasite.
His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch, slightly sticky.
He's got ringworm.
30-year-old subject, severe hypothermia, erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums, necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
Does he? Is that what this is? Does he have AIDS?
I'm not sure I have.
Or are you just making a joke?
To treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even remember the symptoms of AIDS. I think he has a bomb in his stomach.
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth.
He's got a baby alien in him.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion.
He's turning into a
that
fish.
That doesn't explain his condition.
He's turning into a fish. Put him in a fish tank.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
He's turning into
I'm
a fish man.
Explanation. You have to.
We need Simon. We need the Belmonts to get over here and give us a hand.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations, and this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients, provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
I've seen suction cups on his fingers, his falling body temperature, his dehydration. Had I only read the report, you know what I would have concluded, Doctor.
Do I? Tell me anyway. I'm curious.
He's no longer human. These are the attributes of an animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Let's just kill him.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
Yeah, you do that. To me, it sounds like this man's bones are so brittle, he's gonna start, like, breaking under the weight of his own body.
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan.
Oh, listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl. And the answer is no. You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing.
Uomo Delinquent. This pseudo-scientific work by Caesar Lombroso correlates an individual's morphology with his criminal predispositions. The seriousness of the study and the accuracy of the demonstrations can deceive an uninformed reader.
That silly goose lets herself be trodden on.
Oh well. The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high.
Prescription for barbiturates signed by Dr. Fuller.
At least we won't have to clean for a while.
Just wait and see the next time the water's out.
I was about to say it's nice to be in the asylum and not have to sneak around, but I feel like
We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks.
I feel like I'm about to have to start sneaking around.
We're running out of this medicine.
I know, Doctor. We sent the purchase order, though, but Mrs. Donovan refused it.
Once again.
Can't you do anything?
Donovan takes her instructions directly from Dr. Fuller. I'm afraid I can do nothing about it for the moment.
Okay. Dr. Fuller of himself.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Come now. Don't let that witch sap your morale. We're lacking in qualified personnel, and she knows it. Her petty punishments won't last forever.
I'm trying, Doctor. I'm trying. It's just that sometimes I imagine she shuts down the water herself, just for the pleasure of harassing me.
Her time is much too precious for these kind of petty games.
Anyway, I've learned my lesson. I'll hold my tongue next time.
Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
Seems like kind of a shitty workplace. Just gonna throw that out there. High security
The
unit.
answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
Where is Fuller's office? I'm just gonna leave doors open everywhere I go. Administration. Okay. Let's have a look around here. The Reference Book of Medical Sciences. Like a dictionary, this work references in alphabetical order all the medical sciences known and practiced in the modern world. For each of the entries, the major works and the names of the reference authorities are listed. That dude's smoking in here. That's nice. This is a hospital.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Alright, you're a bastard. Distract Donovan, cut off the water. Well, I don't really want to shut off the water, because it's going to be a bitch for the other girl. How's it going, Luigi? You doing alright? This guy is, in fact, smoking.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Needs proper sanitization, I imagine.
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory.
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
Yo.
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
You're not here for treatment, right?
Am I so obvious?
Only to me. I know you worry about me.
I trust you. I'm happy to see you.
Me too, Ethan. Is that all?
Well, there might be something else. I'm not sure.
Tell me.
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I don't know yet, but I will figure all this out. Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh, there's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
Yo, I like Bradley. I'm not excited for when he dies again.
Dr. Colden.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patients here.
It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady as ever. I wanted more for myself, but...
I'm only assuming he's gonna die because I like him. Oh, good. Yeah, hiding spots. Great.
The boiler room key is not in its place. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him.
Dr. Colden, we need you at once in Dormitory B.
What is the problem?
Mr. Evans seems to be having trouble with his IV.
I'll see to it right away.
And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her medical file.
I'll never understand why it's so hard to see patients' files around here.
Rules are rules. See, with Dr. Fuller, he's in charge. Anyhow, they're still waiting, and I don't think they'll leave until they get what they want.
Understood. Anything else?
As a matter of fact, yes. A man has been brought up from the basement.
Oh. What state is he in now?
You should go see for yourself, Doctor.
I feel like if we got rid of Dr. Fuller, a lot of this place's problems would just disappear.
This man, Edward Pierce. His file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
The file is strangely incomplete and the detail on treatment is not given. It does not respect standard practice.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination.
Yeah, you do that, lady.
His binds left bloody wounds.
Does this guy have a soft body too?
He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
Those basement brutes tied him up too tight and now he's hurt.
I keep trying to heal his wounds, but he reopens them.
Do you have a diploma as a nurse?
Excuse me?
So take care of this man.
Yeah, bitch.
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
I'm kind of surprised at the introduction of a second protagonist.
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
Dr. Colden?
She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney. Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
Irene Sanders. Oh, okay. Medical file. The file describes the state in which Irene Sanders entered the Riverside Institute, as well as the treatments administered to her. Fuller added a handwritten note. He recommends to take her down to the psychiatric wing in order to provide her with the quiet and rest that she needs.
Mrs. Sanders?
Wow, shit is getting bad for a lot of people.
He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Ah, the whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
The one that hides the smuggling business.
Oh no, not them. They don't go on that side of the island. Everyone in his place. The captain on one side, Cat on the other, and me. Well, I've been to the whaling station, I have.
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back?
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out.
Dude, your injury sucks and I feel bad for you.
Dr. Colden?
Hay fever. What's he doing here?
Doctor, please. My chest. Oh.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation.
What is that? A heart attack?
Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands.
I think that's everybody in here. Okay, well, let's go to the boiler room, I suppose. which is somewhere.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest.
I can't crawl around in the vents. Alright, let's go find the boiler room. Oh. Okay. Alright. Found the boiler room.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
I'm not as strong as the other main character. Alright, anyone in this waiting room a tool? Nope. Okay. I'm not 100% sure how that made it any easier, but I'll take your word for it.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
Alright, Elizabeth, I'm sorry.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
Alright, I'm gonna go and watch, okay? Wait. She's already out of my way. Never mind.
Last. The missing files must be hidden here.
Alright, Dr. Fuller's gonna show up and I'm gonna have to hide.
Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle.
Oh, okay. Yeah. One of these fun puzzles.
I've unlocked something. Patient files. I was right.
A speedrun, boys. The cylinder was hidden inside Fuller's office. He recorded his thoughts about one of the many psychoanalysis sessions he submitted Sarah Hawkins to.
I should go another way.
And we're just going to listen to that in here.
Stendhal syndrome. Of course.
A study of the
This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders.
A study of the Stendhal syndrome, a particularly rare mental illness. Subjects display mental disorders linked to an exposure to works of art. Oh, that's nice.
Conclusions. Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
The blood.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection. I must go back to the basement.
Okay, let's go back to the basement. I don't know that I want to go back to the basement. So this is where Pierce passed out. Right about here.
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
A gun.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around.
It's the book dude.
Slowly. Talk, filthy thief! Or I swear I'll shoot!
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead!
No. He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Yo, it was actually the Necronomicon.
She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait. No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
Sure.
All right. All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go! Rescue the doctor!
Thank you, Drake.
Chapter 9, Riverside Institute. The book projected Pierce into the body of Dr. Colden. The detective watched helplessly as Bradley's friend carried out her inquiry. Confronted with the experiments of Fuller, she got into his office and discovered that the director of the Riverside Institute was hiding information on, if not the body of, Sarah Hawkins. But she was discovered by Fuller. Pierce must save her before it's too late. Yes, and this is where we will be stopping for tonight, but we will be resuming this soon. I feel like this is another good cliffhanger to end on for now.
I pray that Colden is really here. And alive.
I feel like we might not finish this before October is over, but we will play more of it soon. Anyhow, thank you, Evil, for coming by. Thank you, everyone else who came by. I know Gear Joe was here earlier. I appreciate it. It was fun. Tomorrow, I'll be attempting to finish Silent Hill 2. Well, not attempting. I will be finishing Silent Hill 2. We'll just see how long it takes for me to beat the final boss. And then, Sunday, I've got a collection of spooky games we're going to be playing. To celebrate Halloween. So, look forward to those two if you can make it. I will be back. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know when exactly tomorrow, but at some point tomorrow we'll finish up Silent Hill 2. Alright, well, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna relax and get ready for bed. And we will see more of this game soon. Good night.